All right, Chewy, how's it going?
It's going good.
All right, so you disagree with anything I got on the board, and are you over 18?
Oh yeah, definitely over 18. I'm in my 40s. Would say that.
All right, great. What do you disagree with on the board?
I disagree with the first one. For starters, America is great right now. I would say for all people.
It's not. Why do you think so?
I can give you numerous reasons. I grew up in like the rural Midwest, and so I'm in my 40s. When I was younger, like I don't know, man, there was just people didn't have the tools we have now. Like America has brought good things to, like you for instance. I mean, probably got a ton of followers on here. You're able to talk to people all over the world. You're probably sitting in a comfortable home that has working plumbing and electric. And I know people, 35 years ago, that were still living in homes without all those things, like burning their wood for their energy. Like we have it good. Like in general, America is a great place to live.
I would agree that living in a first world country is good, but we can live in a first world country in Canada. We can do that in the UK, France, Belgium. We can do that in Australia, Japan. So what's the difference?
I mean, a lot of things are different.
Like
It
what?
seems generally that a nation looks out after its own, right? So the Chinese definitely take care of their own for the most part. I mean, they definitely got some issues like we do. All these nations, they're after their own, right? They support their own. And I think America does support their own to some degree. That doesn't mean there's not corruption or greed.
We don't.
We don't what?
Would you like to hear why I think America was never great?
I mean, I got a whole bunch of other reasons why I think it's great. Like that I think, let me just make it, give me a few more sentences and then I'll hear your end of it. In general, what we have now compared to like the 80s even, like I was a kid, but I remember how impoverished everybody was, right? Like it's not like there was a bunch of people with wealth. There were people with a bunch of loans, and you might have had people in the country that had like property loans to banks, but people were losing the land all the time, so it was always transferring hands too. And so I mean, and you had like interest rates at like 17.5%. Can you imagine trying to buy a car and you miss one payment or two payments on 17.5%? We got it pretty good. The system works pretty good for us. We are pretty wealthy compared to the rest of the world. Yeah,
Okay,
Europe's got some nice things, but they're old. You got some nice things in like Dubai, but that's oil.
Chewy, that really didn't explain anything. That really didn't explain anything. Let me tell you how I judge how a country is. I judge how great a country is not by like its wealth. Its wealth is great, but I judge it more by how it treats its citizens. And in this country, we have never treated our citizens as equal. That's never been a thing.
Do you think racism is still a problem?
Yes, racism is still a problem. We still have racism in real estate. We still have racism in the health system. Matter of fact, the leader of the health system just said that black people don't need as much vaccines as white people because we're stronger.
What do you mean the leader of the health system? Are you talking about the government system, or are you talking about like?
I'm talking about JFK Jr. RFK Jr.
What did he just say?
He said that black people have stronger immunities than white people, so we don't need as much vaccines. That type of mentality.
That could be true, is it true?
No, that's stupid.
Oh, okay.
That type of mentality. That type of mentality is what leads to black women having more infant mortality, in childbirth, because doctors tend to think that black women are stronger than white women.
Well, are you sure that you guys don't have like a genetic structure that's just immune to certain diseases?
No,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that much about medical. But so
it's basic science, my
I'm
friend.
familiar with like certain like people groups around the world are like immune to certain things. Like they build it up somehow. I'm not sure how the immunity comes through.
There are
contact.
there are groups of people where diseases are less likely to happen to them. Like white people are less likely to have sickle cell anemia, and black people are less likely to have ALS. But that doesn't mean that our immune systems are different and that we're immune to certain things than white people are. That's dumb.
Well, the vaccines are basically just imposing its will kind of on you to make you immune to it, right? So
I'm not immune.
Are you sure that's not what he was? I'd have to see it in the context of what he said, because to me it could just mean that
The
like,
context of what he said is that black people immunities are different than white people, so we don't need as much vaccines as them. He literally said that,
mean,
and he said
I
that
don't
it was
like
he said that it was
vaccines at all.
proven. He said that it was
wanna get
proven.
one?
He said that it was proven in a study in Poland. Black people don't live in Poland, so that's dumb.
Black people do. I mean, I've heard Poland's kind of racist. I don't know if that's true.
It's very racist.
That's it. I don't know enough about Poland to make that remark, so what they.
I know the Czech Republic is racist for sure, especially to the Roma, to the East Roma population. But
I mean, most
when
of
it comes
the Stalins are too.
when it comes to America was never great. Kayla, I do see you in the comments. Give me a second because I'm going one on one. When I say America was never great, this is what I mean. When we the way that we treat our citizens and the way that it is, we've never treated our citizens as equally, especially people who look like me. We've never been treated as equal. Like now, America was the strongest and most wealthiest country in 1962. You know what else happened in 1962? Lynchings. Was that great?
I mean, I've seen lynchings as a kid on TV.
All right.
Remember the Georgia one? Was Georgia 90s or was that? I think that was 90s. Do you remember they drug them behind the?
That was Joplin or Jasper, Texas. The one I'm thinking of.
That would have been too. They're later, I think. There was one in the early 90s or late 80s. I can't remember, but
Right, but Chewy, go back to what I was saying.
yeah.
How is we were the wealthiest country on the planet in 1961, and mass lynchings were happening in 1961. How's that greatness?
I didn't say we were great in 1961. I said right now America's great for everybody because you have the ability, like I said, 50 years ago, there were a ton of people living in the country who didn't have working anything. Like you don't understand how nice hot water is till you don't have hot water or electricity.
No, I feel that because my parents are from another country and they have to use cold water from the well, so I get it.
Right.
However, yeah, living in a first world country is wonderful. I understand that, but we live in a first world country where the leader of a government agency believes that black people have different immunities. You call that greatness?
I mean, it's not that you have different immunities. You just might be immune to different things. You already admitted
We're
you can
not.
be immune to different things, and a vaccine is
We're
just
not.
a very direct thing for us.
We're not.
Like you got the.
Chewy, listen to what I'm saying. We are not.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know medically stuff. I'd have to look. Why did? So what's his response?
Let me ask you a question. Do you believe that black people and white people and Asians are different species of people?
No, but there are different genetic makeups to some degree.
What is the genetic
I don't
delineation
know.
between me
There's
and
something
you?
different. I mean, pigment is different. I know most of it's about melanin. Right?
Yeah, our pigment is different. Yeah, sure. But what is the genetic difference between me and you?
I don't know, but there's definitely genetic mutations in certain cultures around the world. I'm not saying necessarily African Americans and whatever group I am. I'm kind of mixed actually, but there's definitely I'm pretty sure this has been proven scientifically. There's like odd makeups in the world. I don't know what groups they are. Do not know.
What does that mean?
It means their genetic structure is a little different.
In what way?
I do not know. We could look it up real quick.
So then how can you claim that?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know much about medical, man. I just don't know. I don't even really want to.
So where are you getting this from then, bro?
What's that?
Where are you getting this from?
I was just asking you about him saying that. Like, why would he just say that? You're saying it's because he's
Because
racist.
he's an
That's not in
idiot and a
context.
racist.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'll have to go and look that very particular thing up and see. I don't know if he is or not. I don't know much about RFK. I know he was a Democrat before he joined sides with.
Yeah, he's literally making stuff up. It's race science. It's literally shit made up by phenotype. That's all it is. It's
So
made
why
up.
do you think most of the Kennedys are racist or just him?
I don't know about the other Kennedys. I don't know what he said.
Why are you
But
so focused on him? Do you know the rest of the family? They're kind of radical, man. The rest of them.
all right, that doesn't matter. We're talking about RFK and what he said and why I think that America's not great right now because we still have discrimination in the entire system that he's gonna make worse.
Can I address your sign right there?
Which sign?
America was never great. That one. Can I go over your quick little topics real fast? Just quick opinions.
Give me a second. Do you disagree with anything I have, or you agree?
Well, I mean, it's kind of a mixed bag, but
Okay, gotcha.
mean-
Give me a few minutes. So I'll still got about 3-4 minutes with Chewy. So Chewy, do you have anything? You have anything else? Do you disagree with anything else I have on the board?
Being woke is good. I mean, we define woke.
Yeah, woke is being aware of racial and social injustice.
I mean, to what degree though? Do you have to be in agreement like with the group?
What does that mean? It's just being aware of racial and social injustice. What agreement are you talking about?
I don't really see that as woke. Like the definition I see of woke is the groups I've seen over the country over the years and like what they've stood for.
Why is that the definition of woke and not the original one that I gave you?
I don't know. So your definition of woke isn't the Democratic view, huh?
No, it is the Democratic view because this is what black people came up with. It was Republicans who made up the other one that you believe. And my question is, why do you believe that definition?
Because it's a definition. When I watched all of this stuff over the last, let's say, 7, 8 years, even longer, because I've been watching political stuff for about.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What color is this iPhone case?
I mean, it's kind of blurry on here, but I say white
You say white?
with a black square.
No, this iPhone case is white, correct?
I think so.
Okay, no, it's blue. Are you gonna believe me just because I said so?
I mean, it depends on your definition of blue, I guess.
My definition of blue is what I'd say is blue.
Okay, so you get to determine because you know.
Right.
Oh, sounds like you've made yourself God.
Exactly. That's what they did with woke, my friend. No, I'm being dead ass. That's what they did with woke. If you ask any of them what exactly does it mean, they won't be able to explain it to you.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I got my definition. What I see when I see woke is the people that stand and represent it throughout.
But what I'm asking is that this is what simply old white conservatives said what woke is. They just made it up out of nowhere.
Because I've been watching politics for a long time, and
how long have you been watching politics?
How do I through media, through social networking?
No, I said how long have you been watching politics?
I've been listening and watching for probably almost 12 years since Obama the last time, because that was actually the last Democrat I voted for.
Oh, you've been watching since Obama. You know how long I've been watching?
Go ahead.
Since Clinton.
I mean, I remember watching like parts of Clinton when they were basically saying he saved the economy and everything.
Exactly. So within our community,
it was a Republican Congress.
So within our community, we've been using. Within our community, we've been using stay woke as a means of being aware of social and racial injustice since the 1930s. So now, hold on. So now that it's 2019, and Marco Rubio and Donald Trump said, "Oh, wokeness is white women with blue hair yelling." Why did you believe that and not believe us?
I never said that's what it is. Is that your definition of it?
That's what it actually is. What Donald Trump and Marco Rubio is saying, which is what you're saying, is completely made up and stupid.
You haven't even asked for my definition of woke yet.
I did ask you. You said that it was these groups of people doing stupid things.
It's what I see in imagery. I didn't say necessarily the group of people, but them group of people are representing what it means to be woke, right? These are people are screaming at the cameras like.
No, they don't represent what it means to be woke.
I'm not just talking about the radical ones. I realize that there's people that are kind of sane over on that group. I'm not saying like, I don't know. Do you go out and protest all the time too? And like,
yes,
with the picket fence?
Yes, we should. Well, we should be protesting. Why shouldn't we protest?
Let's talk about what you're protesting. What was the last protest you did?
What was it? George Floyd. I went to those protests.
Okay. Now, I'm not saying that wasn't right, but was it also like you guys like kind of incited like the idea that it was okay then to burn down the city?
We've always burned down cities. This is America. America was built on violence.
This is not a sane thing, like a smart thing to do in my eyes. Like this is woke, right? To me, that's woke. Like
why is that woke and not simply? Why is hold on? Why is a riot woke and not simply anger at a system?
I mean, it's okay to be angry at a system, but you don't go after like.
Okay, cool. No, that's Chewy. I understand. I got you. It's fine to be. Hold on, Chewy. Listen to my question. We just agreed that it's okay to be angry at a system, but it may not be smart to burn cities down. Cool. We could probably agree on that, right? What I'm asking you is, why is that the definition of woke and not simply just a riot?
It's just a small part. What I'm saying is the people.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to my question. Yeah. Why is that woke when we already have a word for it? It's called a riot. We already have a word for it. Why are you making something? Why are you mixing something that black people made up to be aware of social injustice to something negative? We already have a word for riot. It's riot. So why are you defining woke as riot? Why are those two things the same?
That's actually you doing that right now.
You just said that's what woke is. You just said that.
What I said is it's a reflection of the people that represent it. When you see the same people speaking about being woke and being, in wokeness, a lot of the political people, the same people that are pushing their ideology out there, regardless of whether it's like the big LGBT movement that's happened over the last 15 years, especially like I'd say that kind of started under Obama, like where they started really pushing it. Maybe towards the end of his reign.
The sexual revolution began in the late 1970s.
I'm talking about the push of the painting of all the city rainbows all over the country.
That started in the 1970s, my friend.
Colors instead of 7, right? Like
that started in the 1970s, my friend. All right, you did get the Panther Claw.
What I'm saying is when it was pushed politically,
it was pushed politically in the 1970s. Yeah, you got the Panther Claw. W. Evan Peterson for the Panther Claws. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate y'all. Hey, y'all.